Hi, it's Steve O'Hare from Acuity Signal Centre. Today is Monday, the 22nd of August, and I'm bringing you a market alert on Germany 40, also known as DAX. So we're going to take a look at the technical analysis behind the Germany 40, also dive down into the new sentiment analysis and give you full colour on what we're seeing from a trading perspective. So let's take a look into we'll start with a weekly chart and then drill down to smaller timeframes. So this is the weekly chart. We can see the lows from the start of the pandemic, the height of the pandemic in March 20, and the rally higher. We topped out and formed a double top formation between the week of the 3rd of January and previous to that, the 15th of November. Broke down through the neckline, retested that neckline on the week of 28th of March, and since then we've got a downward trending resistance line we've been able to draw in from last week's high, the week of June, the 6th of June, and the high from the 3rd of January. So also this is a descending line. We've got a bit of a triangle formation and potentially opportunity for further downside. Now we can see from last week's price action, bearish engulfing candle formed. Further price action has moved lower today on Monday, start of the trading week, and a lot of negativity feeding into the markets, and this has resulted in a lower price action. So we have broken down through support on the daily basis, but some of the levels I really wanted to highlight is the previous swing low supports coming in around about the 12,400 level, also a 50% Fibonacci down at 12,131, and we've got a couple more levels below that, 11,336, which is previous swing lows, also a gap on the charts previously, and the 61.8 down at 11,148. So they're the weekly levels. Drilling down to the daily time frame, we can highlight we're approaching a 50% Fibonacci retracement level. That's coming in at 13,180. The 61.8 is at around about 13,000, so that's a big level to watch also. So pretty much the way we've started off this morning, we've kick-started the week looking at maybe hitting those sort of levels as we progress through the week. On a 4-hour chart, we've broken down through the Ichimoku cloud, so the short-term time frame has been confirmed as downwards. We can see really the levels above support, resistance above, coming in the form of last week's high from that was the 18th, that's Thursday's high, 13,777. But yes, since we broke down through support at 13,610 and again at 13,450, we really haven't looked back. So that's where resistance should come in, around about that 13,450 level. On the daily time frame, on the hourly time frame, again we can see slightly shorter term. We can even see a head and shoulders formation here, which has played out really nicely. And we're pushing to lows again. So let's take a look at the new sentiment analysis. And for Germany 40, DE40 on here, we have got, so we can look at really the new sentiment over the last 24 hours has continued its negative stance. Now on the chart below, we've got the 7-day EMA that has had a crossover, and that has produced a 80% confidence of the market moving higher the next 9 days. However, what is a bit more concerning is the fear index is elevated, the news volume is definitely elevated, and over the last 24 hours, we have moved lower. So that's negative news sentiment over the last 24 hours. So it wouldn't surprise me to get a crossover back on these moving averages to give us a decent sell signal, backing up the technical perspective on this. So that's what we're looking at. Really focus on the 3 out of the last 4 days of really serious negative price action. This is across the board on indices, and further downside expected as we continue into the week. I hope that's been informative. Thanks for joining me and look forward to seeing you next week.